Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your man Infinite, GTV Bricklayer Productions. Get to know the name. We out here in Torrington, Connecticut. I think it's called the Icebox in Connecticut. But anyways, we out here to do some Q&A with an artist named Justus Michael. So stick with us, we're gonna get up in his head about his music journey. Roll intro. Yo, it's your boy Infinite once again, and we're here with Justus Michael.
How you doing?
Yes, sir. He's an artist, musical artist out of CT, and we're gonna get up in his head with a little bit of Q&A. All right. So, first of all, thanks for being here with us, man. Appreciate anybody that.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. So, Justus Michael, man, give us the science behind your name. Like, what does it mean?
Well, when I was a kid, my mom, when she would yell at me, she would call me Justus Michael because my middle name is Michael Edward.
Okay.
So I just thought it would be cool to have my name be something reminiscent of my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah, that's
deep. I like that.
Thank you.
Keep it going, man. So, with that being said, what was your first musical experience? Give us a little bit of detail on it.
Well, when I was younger, my grandfather used to listen to like blues music, so that was like really my first experience with music. But definitely like Michael Jackson when I was younger. Like I remember when he passed away and stuff, and I just remember like standing in front of the TV just dancing and singing his songs and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely those were my really young childhood experiences with music.
All right, like what kind of artists did your grandfather listen to? Because that's an interesting genre of music.
Yeah, definitely. Like George Thorogood.
Okay, and the Destroyer.
Yeah. I would say Miles Davis too, which isn't really blues, but like definitely like in a different bracket of music. But you know, for sure, like definitely like old school music. Some Elvis. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay. So to tandem that question, how did you get into making music other than just those influences?
Well, it started when I was around like 12. I had gotten this magazine at like a Big Y, and it was like a rock magazine with like how to play guitar, and it had like a CD on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, it'd be really cool if I learned how to play guitar. So I got this little CD, and I never watched the CD ever. I just looked at the magazine eventually, and just started playing by ear. But that's really how I got into it.
So you're self-taught.
Yeah.
That's deep. I like that.
Thank you.
So what are some of your, because I've seen you perform down at the Cellar in Hamden, Connecticut on Treadwell, and I really like your stage presence and everything like that. So what are some of your pre-show rituals that you do to get ready for a performance?
Well, one thing I do is I always tend to like do vocal warm-ups in the car so nobody can hear me, you know, because that's like the best way to really get your full vocal out without feeling scared, because I think a lot of times people get scared to do that. And then I tend to drink like tea a lot of the time. Like
now, does something for your vocal cords?
Yeah, because it just kind of like, I don't know, clears them up a little bit. You know, you don't want to drink like milk or soda or something crazy like that.
Phlegmy.
Yeah. So, and even like I'll put a hot pot of boiling water on the stove.
For the steam?
Yeah, and just stick my face in it. You know, that definitely helps out a lot.
That's a lot of pre-show rituals for a lot of other artists. It must, you know, be throughout the culture of music that people do that, especially in singing.
Definitely.
So what has been some of your favorite performances? Like if you were critiquing yourself, what would be some of your favorite performances that you've done yourself?
I'm definitely gonna say the Biggie was my favorite performance and like my best done. Just simply because like I felt the energy there that day, and like I feel like that's really important when you're playing a show, is to like, sometimes if you don't feel the vibe at a show, like you might not play as well because you're like overthinking.
Feedback,
yeah. So it's like when people are there and they're drawn into the music, like I feel like that really helps you perform better. But yeah, I'd say the Biggie was like my best performance. I don't really like evaluate my performances too much because it's like, dude, if I do better next time, like that's what matters. You know what I mean? And like I don't need to focus on if I'm doing this right or this wrong. Like just have fun with the music, you know?
Definitely. What is the most difficult thing about being a musician? Personally for you?
I would say probably getting people to come back after one show. Because, like, it's easy to, like, get people to like your music at a show and be like, or, like, draw the audience. But to have them be fans still after and, like, come back and, like, do it again, I don't know, that's probably the most difficult part, is, like, really getting your fan base. You know, people that are really interested in, like, what you have.
Exactly,
and,
to offer.
Exactly.
That's a very good answer. That's probably a lot of musicians or artists' problems, is to get that reoccurring fan base to come back and, you know, buy your stuff when it drops and go to your shows and things like that.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, if you had an opportunity, dead or alive, who would you most want to collaborate? Give me 5 names, if you can.
Michael Jackson, definitely. Probably Emarosa, the band Emarosa. I work with those guys. Who else would I work with? It's a really hard question. I'd say
there's so many good people out there.
Yeah, so many good artists. I'm gonna have to go probably Bob Dylan too, because Bob Dylan was pretty awesome. And I'm gonna say Prince and Valley Heart, my buddy's band, really good artists.
Okay, now let me tandem off that question. Why Prince and why Valley Heart?
Well, Prince was groovy, and he was able to play guitar and, like, write really funky songs. But Valley Heart has, like, this beautiful element to their music where it's like, I don't know, the combination of the two is just really awesome, you know? So I feel like having 2 different elements of, like, what you like is really important. So yeah, those 2 specifically, especially.
That's cool.
Yeah, so.
That's cool. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
What goes into your songwriting process? Like, when you're sitting down at the table or on your phone, however you write your songs, what goes into that for you?
It usually starts with, like, something's going on. Like, I have, like, a situation in my life happening at the time, or, like, I don't know, I feel like this certain type of energy, and I'll just sit down, I'll, like, pick up a guitar and just, like, kind of feel out the chords to, like, how I'm feeling, you know, kind of match the vibe. And then I just start writing. I don't really, like, I get in, like, a zone when I write, so I don't really sit there trying to, like, put a whole bunch into it. I just let it go out, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like a release for me, you know, so
the majority of your songs are based off of personal experiences?
Yeah, all of them.
That's good. So it's therapy to you?
Yeah. But I want people to get what they feel from it, you know. I don't want them to just think that it's like, oh, it's Justus's experience, like it's everybody's experience, you know. So.
All right, so with that being said, talking about the writing of your songs, what of your songs from your body of work is some of your personal favorites?
Probably a new song that's going to come out soon.
Okay.
That's definitely my favorite song I've done so far. Thus far, definitely.
Okay. Can you elaborate a little bit on it, why it may be your favorite song? Without going into too much detail before it drops?
Yeah, sure. I went into the studio and I did a bunch of perfect vocal takes the first time, pretty much, which was like something that doesn't usually happen. And when, you know, my engineer Sean and I were like writing the song, it just came about like magic. I don't know, it was really weird. I'd never had an experience like that in the studio, where it just like really was something that I envisioned for like a long time, and it just came out perfect. You know,
so you have a co-writer on this?
Yeah, definitely. Sean Dalk of Studio 86, Wilcott, Connecticut.
Okay.
Best studio I've ever worked at, and he really helps me get my music sounding the way that I want it to.
That's good. So. Always good to have somebody that understands the journey you're trying to take on this music. Shout out to Sean. Okay, so with that being said, what are some of the other instruments that you play, if any?
I play bass guitar. I play a little bit of keyboard. I can play the harmonica a little bit, and that's about it. Other than guitar.
Hey,
yeah,
that's good enough.
Thank you.
Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? Personally, musically?
I'd like to say I just want to be traveling the world, you know, and just working with, you know, artists that I've always wanted to work with, and meeting people that I've always wanted to meet, and meeting people that I have never had any idea who they are, you know. So
yeah, it's always great meeting new people. Okay, when you were starting out in this musical journey, what is the best or some of the best advice that someone gave you in starting out?
I think the best advice somebody ever gave me was when I first started playing guitar. And it was my science teacher in, I think it was 7th grade. And he was like, dude, you don't want to play so fast that like you're losing the melody of the song. So basically what he was trying to say is like, it's not about playing really cool, awesome licks on the guitar, like making it sound really fast and all that kind of stuff. It was more or less like, it's the feeling and the notes that matter, you know, and like the small things. Like it doesn't have to be all this intricate stuff, you know. It's just really what you feel and what matters to you.
Yeah,
you know?
It does, because music is what sounds feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
All right. So with that being said, we're gonna give this artist the chance to perform. I had the chance to see him perform live, so now we're gonna give you the chance, and he's gonna do a little performance for you. So stay tuned.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Justus Michael. I'm performing a little snippet of my song called Toxic. You can find it on all streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. And yeah, here it is. You say you wanna be my friend, but I don't really think that's true. Lately's been running down your hips and leaving in the afternoon. Why do I feel the way I do when it comes around to feeling around with you? And why do I feel the way I do when it comes around to feeling you? Cause you say we're just friends, but then on the weekend I've been sleeping sound inside a room. And no, I can't let the skin on the fingers feel my rays. So can you tell me why do I feel the way I do every time that I'm with you? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You heard it straight out the horse's mouth, man. Justus Michael broke it down. So, listen, we're going to be doing a lot more work with this individual. You're going to see a lot more of them and stuff like that. One more time, give them where they can get your stuff, your music, so they can hear you.
Sure, you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music under Justus Michael. My Instagram is Justus Michael Official. Same with my Twitter, all that kind of stuff. So just Justus Michael Official, and you can find me anywhere, any streaming platform at all. So,
all right, you heard it, man. Go out there and support them, man. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate you once again for being here with us. And like I said, we're going to be working with you more and more.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we out. Peace.